Hey guys, Press about Comic Book University and all new Guardians of the Galaxy, issue number 12. We see here that the Guardians have gone to a backwater, science-rejecting crap bowl of a planet, and it's called Earth. That's not too far from the truth. Anyway, so they show up there and they're just looking around for a couple things, trying to get some information from a couple of key characters before they go back out. They're trying to look for any information on the Soul Gems. Gamora goes to Doctor Strange, which is a good idea because she gets a good glimpse, and he believes her now about the whole, her soul is actually trapped in the Soul Gem. It's an alternate version of her soul, a residual. And Doctor Strange does put on a little bit of light on the subject, and he says, this reflection of you probably doesn't have your best interests at heart. That is a really good synopsis that I actually didn't think about. I completely forgot that sometimes it can warp your soul and look for the worst in there. I mean, for crying out loud, it's kind of responsible for the Magus. Anyway, so really good point there. I'm glad that just that little tiny blurb right there actually, it opened my eyes right away to holy crap, we could actually wind up getting anti-Guardians out of this. Plus, Pip the Troll coming back, I don't think I can handle that, especially if he's an evil Pip. Anyway, Drax goes and visits Cable, or at least he thinks he does. It's actually Loki in disguise. Loki is looking for the gems. Interesting, because in Marvel Legacy, the one-shot, yes, it turns out it's a freaking one-shot. How stupid is that? That's the reason why I hate the whole number one on everything. Stop putting number one on something if it's just a one-shot. It's not number one, it's number only. Dude, stop. Oh, I got Marvel and DC. Both totally guilty of that. You guys need a slap for that. You need to stop. Please stop. Anyway, so we get to see that Loki is looking for the gems. We know that Wolverine has a gem from the Marvel Legacy. See, this is what I'm talking about. I like the idea because I read a lot of comic books, and I usually get a good grasp on what's going on by looking at all the different comic books together. The problem is when they're not in continuity, it makes me feel like I shouldn't be reading any of these until they can get their act together. So Marvel putting continuity back into place again, slowly it seems, at least it's something, and it makes me happy. Anyway, a whole bunch of people want to join up with them, specifically Deadpool really wants to. They dump his butt. And there's another continuity issue. He technically already is in space. He had a meeting with Rocket, a cameo and an actual full issue appearance where he says, I'm going to leave the planet because, reasons. The exact same reasons why he says he wants to leave the planet now. So completely out of continuity. It makes me think, what was the purpose of reading the Rocket comics? They're not in continuity. There's some Elseworlds thing, It's a what if, I guess. So things like that really bug me. We are seeing a little bit of referral here because we get to see that Man-Thing. Oh, it would have been cool if Man-Thing joined the team, but I know they wouldn't be able to handle that smell and that small quarters of the Milano. But maybe the Raptors, when they invented the ship, have some kind of frequent air freshener thing. A disinfectant, right? But he doesn't join. He's got to protect the Nexus of all realities. But there is a really cool double splash page where you see a whole bunch of different versions of the Guardians in different realities, including an actual talking Groot. That's cool. And you get to see Yondu in one of the teams, like the original Yondu. And no, it's cool, man, because they tell you that the gems have gone missing from all the realities. So we're actually going to see some of the Secret War Battle World fallout going on here, the collapse of all the universes and the different multiverses now kind of, having something to do with each other again. I really dig that. That's really cool. And I do know I've read that Guardians is supposed to be the book where you're supposed to find all this stuff out. Well, Ant-Man winds up joining the team. He actually grabs a bunch of ants from Florida. Hopefully he got some of the biting ants. I know those, the hell those things called, those red ants. Yeah, those things, they're freaking evil, man. I never got bit by one, thank God. But my dog got bit by one, and that was enough. Big effing police dog, German Shepherd, and that dog was crying for a long time. Wow, that's some pain. Anyway, let's try and stay relevant here. It looks like Guardians is actually going to get a renumbering, and that's cool. I thought that was going to be this month, if anything, but this is a very frequent flyer book. It seems like it comes out every week, huh? Geez, go figure. So next issue is going to be issue number 146. So we're going from issue 12 to 146. That'll be the renumbering. Anyway, this is looking good. And it turns out at the very end, the Nova Corps is there. I expected this to arrest them for their criminal misdeeds. looks like there's a whole lot coming up, and they also show the next issue that's coming out also, where you get to see that Star-Lord is actually hanging out with Nova, specifically Richard Rider, looks like. That's going to be cool, seeing these two hanging out together, especially considering the fact that we know that these guys are actually going to wind up potentially joining, in a sense. More specifically, his brother, Nova's brother, is on the loose as a Raptor. They're also showing the Thanos, issue number 12, where he's apparently going to get the Phoenix Force. So there's a lot going on here, and you got to really look at what's happening. And I'm down. I'm down for that, guys. With there being so much in this issue, so much, and a lot of it was kind of subverted. I'm going to give this comic an A. It's a good comic. It's always been a good comic, but seeing them tie in things, and like this is the first comic that I'm seeing in Marvel in a while that's actually tying in relevancy to other comics. I'm happy. I'm very happy to see that. I think that's one of the reasons why I like Secret Empire so much, is because it crossed over so much, but this is actually showing that and more. So there's that. Anyway, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, class dismissed.